Chosen one, this message is finding you because today has already been spoken about in realms you cannot see. This is not a metaphorical day, not a motivational phrase, and not a symbolic marker meant to make you feel hopeful for a moment. Today has been divinely appointed, scheduled before your birth, and sealed long before your current circumstances took shape. Heaven does not work in coincidence, and nothing aligns this precisely without intention. Today is the richest day of your life, and this richness is not limited to money alone, though money will follow. It is the convergence of spiritual authority, emotional restoration, mental clarity, and financial release arriving at once. This day is irreversible. Once a divine declaration is activated, it cannot be withdrawn, delayed, or negotiated by doubt, fear, or human resistance. Something cosmic has shifted in your favor, and you were chosen to be alive, aware, and receptive at this exact moment. This is not about what you will do next, but about what is now being done for you. Your spirit already recognizes this moment, even if your mind is still catching up. That quiet pull you felt to listen, to stay, to not scroll away, that was alignment responding to destiny. So remain present. Watch to the end, because every word builds on the last. Engage intentionally by commenting 99, the number of divine completion and fullness, not as a ritual, but as agreement. Like and subscribe not out of obligation, but as participation in what is unfolding. You are not consuming content. You are stepping into confirmation. Today has been declared. The announcement has been made across realms. And what begins now does not reverse, retreat, or return to what it was. This is the day your life quietly but permanently turns. The intensity you have been feeling recently was not random, and it was not a sign that something was wrong with you. The heaviness, the emotional waves, the heightened sensitivity, the moments of deep exhaustion followed by sudden clarity, all of it was preparation. Your nervous system, your spirit, and your awareness were adjusting to a higher frequency before your external world could reflect it. That strange inner knowing you couldn't explain, the feeling that something significant was approaching without any visible evidence, was not anxiety. It was remembrance. Your soul was responding to a date that had already been marked. This exact day was written into your spiritual blueprint before you ever took your first breath. Long before your life circumstances aligned, the spiritual realms were already in motion, shifting people, rearranging timelines, dissolving resistance, and positioning resources. You are feeling the pressure because expansion always comes before release. What felt like restlessness was calibration. What felt like emotional purging was alignment. What felt like isolation was protection. Heaven never rushes, but it never misses. Every sensation you felt was a signal that you were approaching a threshold. Your awareness sharpened because your authority was activating. Your discernment deepened because your assignment was drawing near. You were not breaking down, you were being tuned. The reason you couldn't fully disengage from life, yet couldn't fully explain your anticipation, is because your spirit knew something your mind hadn't yet confirmed. And now, the moment that once lived only in the unseen has crossed into the visible. The energy shift was the announcement before the manifestation. Today is not sudden, it is precise. And what you felt was proof you were on schedule. Every delay you experienced was a divine pause, not a rejection, not a punishment, and not a sign that you were forgotten. Heaven never withholds out of cruelty, it withholds out of wisdom. The doors that didn't open, the opportunities that stalled, the seasons where silence stretched longer than comfort, all of it was intentional. What you perceived as stagnation was actually unseen preparation happening beyond your awareness. Capacity was being built. Foundations were being strengthened. Misaligned connections were being removed quietly so they would not contaminate what was coming. Some blessings could not arrive earlier because you were still becoming the version of yourself capable of sustaining them. Timing is not about worth, it is about alignment. And now alignment has been achieved. The resistance that once slowed movement has been lifted. What used to require effort will now respond to position. What once demanded explanation will now unfold naturally. The waiting season refined your discernment. The silence sharpened your spiritual hearing. The setbacks forged authority that cannot be imitated or revoked. You did not miss anything. Nothing was lost. Nothing was wasted. Every pause served a purpose, and now that purpose has been fulfilled. The curtain is lifting on what was prepared in secret. What was hidden is being unveiled. What was delayed is being released with interest. The pause has ended. The unveiling has begun. There is an active transaction occurring in the spiritual realm right now, and you are at the center of it. This is not abstract language. It is recompense, restoration, and recognition being executed by divine order. Wealth in this moment is not merely financial. It is acknowledgement from heaven that your endurance mattered. Every silent sacrifice, every prayer whispered without witnesses, every moment you chose integrity over ease was recorded. Nothing escaped notice. Heaven keeps exact accounts. This moment is not charity, it is justice. It is the return of what was delayed, the restoration of what was taken, and the validation of what you endured without explanation. God is responding now, not because you demanded, but because you remained faithful in seasons where quitting would have been understandable. This is reward without apology, validation without debate. The exchange is final. What is being transferred cannot be reversed. What is being restored will not be reclaimed. This is recognition arriving on schedule. Wealth in this season expands far beyond numbers in a bank account. True wealth begins with peace that cannot be shaken by circumstances, clarity that cuts through confusion, health that restores vitality, love that is safe and reciprocal, authority that commands respect without demand, and legacy that outlives your name. Spiritual richness always precedes material manifestation. The soul must feel abundant before the environment can mirror it. This is why peace arrived before provision. This is why clarity came before opportunity. Alignment is the true currency of this season. When your inner world is ordered, your outer world responds automatically. You are wealthy first in being, then in possession. What you are becoming determines what you will carry. And now, both are aligning. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Financial breakthrough is no longer a future concept, it is already in motion. What is happening now is not the creation of wealth, but the release of wealth that was delayed, held back, or strategically reserved until you were ready to steward it. Supernatural provision is activating in ways that will surprise your logic. Unexpected inflows, overdue payments, sudden opportunities, favor-filled contracts, and resources from places you stopped expecting are aligning now. This is not hustle-driven money. This is alignment-driven provision. You are stepping into a divine economy where effort is no longer the determining factor. Obedience and positioning are. Massive checks, divine deposits, and financial doors that make no sense on paper are being authorized because heaven is backing the transaction. What once felt like financial stagnation was actually preservation. If it had come earlier, it would have drained you. If it had arrived sooner, it would have distracted you. Now it arrives to support your purpose, not replace it. You are not chasing wealth anymore. Wealth is responding to who you have become. Money is becoming a servant, not a master. Provision is aligning with assignment. And what begins now does not trickle, it flows. This is not luck. This is timing. And timing is everything. There were tests you passed that no one ever acknowledged because they were never meant to be public. You endured seasons where quitting would have been understandable, where bitterness would have been justified, where compromise would have been rewarded faster, yet you remained. You stayed when there was no applause. You believed when there was no evidence. You obeyed when it cost you comfort, reputation, and certainty. These were invisible tests, and most people never make it through them. That is why most never receive what you are now stepping into. Fire forged your authority. Pressure expanded your capacity. Delay refined your discernment. You learned how to carry weight without becoming heavy. You learned how to be patient without becoming passive. You learned how to trust without becoming naive. Readiness, not desire, was the final requirement. And now that readiness has been confirmed. Heaven does not release power to the unprepared. It releases it to those who have proven they can hold it without losing themselves. You are not just gifted, you are qualified. And qualification always precedes release. You are now entering a season of open heavens and accelerated timelines. The veil between the spiritual and natural is thinning, and what once took years to develop will now take moments to manifest. Time is beginning to cooperate with your destiny. Effort is decreasing while results are increasing. What required force will now require faith. What demanded striving will now respond to alignment. Years of preparation are collapsing into a single sacred window of execution. This is why things may begin happening quickly, even suddenly. Do not be alarmed by the speed. It is not chaos, it is compression. Heaven is restoring time. Momentum is replacing stagnation. You are no longer moving uphill. You are moving with divine current. When heaven opens, resistance loses its authority. And now you are walking under an open heaven where movement is natural and progress is protected. Favor is becoming magnetic around you. You will notice doors opening without force, conversations shifting in your absence, and opportunities emerging without pursuit. People will think of you without knowing why. Your name will be mentioned in rooms you've never entered. Resources will locate you without introduction. This is divine orchestration at work. God is executing the plan flawlessly, weaving together people, timing, and circumstances in ways no human strategy could replicate. You do not need to chase alignment. Alignment is chasing you. This is the season where being positioned matters more than being loud. What is meant for you recognizes you by frequency, not effort. And because heaven is involved, what opens cannot be shut. You are transitioning from hidden to announced. The season of being overlooked, underestimated, or unseen is ending. You are being found now by those assigned to support, fund, promote, and partner with your purpose. You are no longer the best-kept secret. Visibility is increasing, not for ego, but for impact. This exposure is intentional and protected. You are being seen because your assignment requires reach. Recognition is catching up to preparation. The light is finding you because you are ready to stand in it without losing your grounding. This is not vanity-driven attention. It is purpose-driven visibility. And it arrives right on time. Chosen one, what is being placed upon you now is not ego, not status, and not hollow applause, it is glory. This is a crowning moment, but not the kind the world celebrates. God crowns with responsibility, authority, and trust before visibility and reward. Gold can be given quickly and taken easily, but glory is forged through endurance, humility, and faithfulness over time. Every trial you walked through without losing your integrity, every season you endured without becoming bitter, every opportunity you refused because it would have cost your alignment, those were the moments that shaped this crown. This elevation is irreversible because it is rooted in character, not shortcuts. You are not being lifted above others to dominate them, but to serve as evidence of what obedience produces. Authority now rests on you in a way it never has before. When you speak, there will be weight behind your words. When you move, there will be impact beyond your effort. This is not self-importance, it is divine endorsement. You did not seize this position, it was entrusted to you. And because it was given by God, no human opinion can remove it. The crown is secure. The elevation is permanent. And the glory resting on you will draw provision, favor, and influence without striving. Gold will follow, but glory comes first. You are stepping into dominion now, not merely access, not temporary permission, but authorized presence. Dominion means your environment begins to respond to you. Rooms shift when you enter. Atmospheres change when you speak. Confusion quiets when you move in alignment. Heaven recognizes your vibration because it has been refined through obedience and pressure. This is activation, not imagination. You are not waiting for power to arrive. You are awakening to what has already been deposited within you. Authority is not loud, it is grounded. It does not need validation. It carries recognition. This is why resistance will no longer confront you the same way. What once challenged you will now yield. What once intimidated you will now respect you. You are not striving for influence. You are embodying it. Dominion does not come from force, it flows from alignment. And now that alignment is complete, your presence itself becomes a catalyst for change. You are not just receiving blessings, you are becoming a carrier of them. This is why your words will heal, your decisions will unlock pathways, and your obedience will shift outcomes for others. Heaven has activated what earth will soon recognize. The greatest wealth you are stepping into now is wholeness. Fragmentation is ending. The internal division between who you are and who you are becoming is dissolving. Your heart, mind, soul, and spirit are coming into unity, and with that unity comes clarity, peace, and sustainable power. You no longer have to overthink your next step because alignment produces instinctive wisdom. When the inner world is ordered, the outer world follows naturally. This is why abundance begins to show up without force. This is why opportunities align without manipulation. External wealth is simply reflecting internal harmony. Wholeness is the highest form of prosperity because it allows you to receive without self-sabotage and to steward without fear. You are no longer leaking energy, doubting your worth, or questioning your direction. You are centered, grounded, integrated. And from this place, everything multiplies. This is not temporary balance, it is permanent alignment. And alignment changes everything. Chosen one, a major shift has occurred, and it is subtle yet absolute. You are no longer chasing anything. The season of striving, proving, over-explaining, and exhausting yourself to be seen or supported has ended. You have entered a posture of receiving. This does not mean inactivity. It means alignment has replaced effort as the primary force in your life. Supply is beginning to meet you where you are instead of requiring you to run it down. Opportunities are appearing before you even ask. Solutions are arriving before problems fully form. This is the rest that comes after obedience, not before it. You are learning that ease does not equal laziness, it equals authority. When you are aligned, things respond to you naturally. Miracles begin to feel normal, not because they are common, but because you are finally positioned to recognize and receive them without disbelief. You are no longer fighting life. Life is cooperating with you. This is what happens when the internal resistance dissolves. Heaven does not rush those who are ready. It supplies them. And now your requests are being met before they are spoken, not because you are entitled, but because you are trusted. You have moved from pursuit into partnership, and partnership changes everything. What you are experiencing now is more than blessing, it is confirmation. This moment is proof that the promise was real, that the prophecy was accurate, and that your faith was not misplaced. Heaven is validating what you believed in when there was no evidence to support it. Every tear you cried in private, every prayer you whispered in uncertainty, every season where silence tested your trust, none of it was wasted. What arrives now does not simply improve your circumstances, it confirms your discernment. It tells your soul, you heard correctly. This is the transformation of pain into double favor. Where you once questioned yourself, confidence is now settling in. Where you once hoped, you now know. You are no longer walking toward the promise, you are walking inside it. And this distinction matters. Faith is no longer theoretical, it is experiential. You are not waiting for signs anymore, you are becoming one. This confirmation anchors you so deeply that future challenges will not shake your belief, because you have evidence. Heaven has answered in a way that leaves no room for doubt. This is not emotional reassurance, it is spiritual proof. The favor resting on you now will not stay contained within your life alone. It is contagious by design. Rooms will shift because you entered them. People will feel hope because they encountered you. Generations will benefit because you chose obedience when it mattered most. This is overflow with intention. Wealth, influence, wisdom, and opportunity will begin to multiply through you, not because you hoard, but because you steward. God does not pour into closed vessels, He pours into conduits. And you have become a conduit. Your obedience has created pathways for others to rise. Your breakthrough will become someone else's permission to believe again. This is why the blessing increases as you share it. Evidence creates faith, and you are becoming living evidence. What flows through you will outlive you. This is not accidental abundance, it is strategic overflow. And it marks you as a carrier, not just a recipient, chosen one. What is happening now is not a temporary upgrade or a seasonal blessing, it is a permanent shift in identity. The timeline has finally caught up to who you have always been in the spirit. You are awakening, not becoming. The day did not change you, it revealed you. For years, you carried a knowing that felt ahead of your circumstances, as if your inner world was living in the future while your outer world lagged behind. That tension has ended. Your identity and your reality are converging. You no longer need to prove who you are, because embodiment has replaced explanation. Confidence is no longer forced, it is settled. Authority no longer feels foreign, it feels familiar. This is why old fears are losing their grip and old narratives are dissolving without effort. You are not trying to think differently, you simply are different. Living as embodied abundance means you no longer identify with lack, delay, or survival. You recognize yourself as a source, not a seeker. This shift is irreversible because it is internal. Circumstances may fluctuate, but your self-perception will not collapse again. You have crossed a threshold where you cannot unknow what you now know about yourself. And when identity changes, behavior follows effortlessly. You move differently. You choose differently. You speak differently. Not because you are pretending, but because you are aligned. This is the quiet power of revelation. You have stepped into the truth of who you've always been, and that truth now governs your life. What is being released through you now is larger than your lifetime. This is legacy in motion. Wealth in this season is not confined to accumulation. It is designed for continuation. You are not just breaking personal limitations, you are breaking bloodline patterns. Cycles of struggle, scarcity, silence, and survival are ending with you. Lineages are lifting because you chose awareness over repetition. This is the birth of a divine dynasty, not defined by ego or dominance, but by stewardship, wisdom, and impact. Generational wealth begins with generational alignment. What you are building now will educate, protect, empower, and elevate those who come after you, whether through resources, values, access, or spiritual authority. You are becoming the reference point in your lineage, the moment where the story changes direction. This is why the pressure was intense. You were carrying more than yourself. You were carrying futures. And now that release has begun, what flows through you will outlive you. The legacy is not optional, it is activated. You are not the continuation of an old story, you are the beginning of a new one. And this story will echo across generations. Chosen one, let this be established clearly and without hesitation. Nothing will ever be the same after today. The shift has already happened, even if your surroundings have not fully caught up yet. The gates are open. What was locked by time, resistance, and misunderstanding has been released. The rise has not started, it has been activated. Effort is no longer your currency, overflow is. You are stepping into a season where supply replaces strain, where support replaces survival, and where momentum replaces stagnation. This is not a temporary elevation. It is a directional change. Your life has turned toward increase, expansion, and fulfillment in ways that cannot be reversed. What you endured qualified you for what you now receive. And what you receive now will redefine how you live, move, and decide from this point forward. This day stands as a marker in your story, the moment where the old cycle ended and a new one began. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are no longer hoping for alignment. Alignment has arrived. And from this day forward, the evidence will follow you. The rise has begun, and it will not stop. Chosen one, hear this final truth and let it settle deep within you. This is not luck. This is not hype. This is not coincidence, timing, or chance. This is destiny fulfilled. Every step, every delay, every redirection, every closed door led you here with precision. Heaven does not rush fulfillment, but it never misses its moment. And this moment is yours. The declaration stands across realms seen and unseen, sealed by authority greater than circumstance. You were prepared, positioned, and preserved for this day. What you are stepping into now cannot be undone because it is rooted in identity, not conditions. Let this truth anchor you. Today is not simply a good day, it is the richest day of your life. Rich in peace, rich in clarity, rich in authority, rich in provision, rich in legacy. And from this day forward, you do not chase what is meant for you. You walk as it meets you. This is your confirmation. This is your arrival. This is your beginning. Today is the richest day of your life.